Hello everyone, this is Teacher Jean and I am here to help you for today's topic. Yay! Hello class, good morning. Today we're going to learn about materials that float and sink. Are you ready? These are the materials that we use in the activity that we had a while ago. We will see which of these materials float on water and which materials sink in water. Our first object is peso coin. Observe. The peso coin sinks in water. Next object is rubber band. The rubber band floats on water. Our next object is a plastic cup. Observe what will happen to the plastic cup. Yes, the plastic cup floats on water. Then we have a rock. The rock sinks in water. Why are there materials that float and sink? What's the reason of it? Next is tissue paper. Materials that are less dense than the water or liquid float. Objects with tightly packed molecules sink. Example, tissue paper. It has very light particles of molecules, that's why it floats. Object like ping pong ball is less dense than the water. That's why it floats. Next is metal spoon. It has tightly packed molecules, so it is denser than the water. That's why it sinks. Our next material is a plastic cellophane. It floats on water. Our next material is a marble. Observe. The marble sinks in water. Our last material is a plastic comb. The plastic comb floats on water. If you got 10 in the activity, then good job to you. Density is the amount of matter an object has. You have learned that all matter are made up of very small particles called molecules. Now, here is an illustration. We have figure A and B and water. If we try to look at figure A, the molecules are very close to each other, compact, while in figure B, the molecules are quite far from each other. Water has quite close molecules and a little distant to each other. From here, we can say that figure A is denser and figure B is less dense than the water. So, we can say that figure A will sink in water while figure B will float on water. Objects also float or sink because of buoyancy. It is the upward force exerted by any liquid against the weight of an object immersed in it. If the buoyant force of the liquid is equal to or greater than the weight of the immersed object, the object will float. If the buoyant force of the liquid is less than the weight of the object will sink. If you dropped a small stone into the water, it would sink. But if a block of steel weighing thousands of tons were made into a ship, it would float. Why? Have you thought about it? Any object placed in water experiences two forces: gravity, which pulls it down because of its mass, and the buoyancy force, which pushes it up. When these forces are balanced, the object floats. The buoyancy force of a stone is much smaller than its gravity force, which is why the stone sinks. A ship and boat also experience these two forces, but because of its body design, which contains a lot of air, it pushes aside enough water so that the buoyancy force is equal to the gravity force. That is why a ship floats. Also, remember that the air is less dense than the water.